All right, let's get going here. Now that we've done our history lesson and we saw milepost 61, this is where things get really kind of quiet because there's not really anything to take a look at until we basically get to milepost 62. There's a spot we have to stop, but I can't remember what side it's on, if it's on the east side or the west side of 62. Let's check the magic GPS here. Okay, so it's on this side. All right, so we will do there's going to be lots of zipping you ahead here because, again, it's very quiet. So just enjoy the nice blue sky, and I will appreciate the nice little breeze. I mentioned I was out yesterday, and I don't know if it because it was windy and it was cool. No bugs. Today, get here and I'm just like assaulted. They're like all over me. And of course I didn't bring any bug dope with me because I was out yesterday and there were no bugs. And so yeah, it's gonna be a bad season for bugs because you can see all of this standing water all over the place. It's not gonna be pretty. All right, so we're approaching our next stop here, and so on our way east this morning, as I scanned the brush to the south here, we had a little bit of excitement because as I was approaching that area up there where we have to stop, I look up ahead on the grade and all I see is this browny black blob moving across the grade, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. All right, so there's this bear kind of lumbering across the grade, just kind of up there, maybe at the time I was over here, I don't know, 100 meters, 150 meters, something like that. I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. All right, and it was funny because over the winter, posting some videos and things like that, and you get questions, and one of the viewers, Joanne, asked me a question, do you ever see like bears and things? No, I never see bears. Well, saw a bear, and what ended up happening is it ended up turning into a little bit of a Mexican standoff because it was right up in that, just up ahead over there where you can maybe see that tall, I don't know what that is there, if that's a tamarack or what that is. There's a taller tree right there, and it was right in that area there, and it was just sitting off to the side of the grade, and I'm like, ah. And so I was like, oh man, what am I gonna do? So we're just kind of staring at each other, and the bear was kind of looking this way and Luna's kind of walking around. I think Luna kind of noticed, but then all of a sudden, I don't know, got into her. She took one look and she took off bolting, and I'm like, oh great. And so I'm yelling at her to come back, and she chased the bear away, which is a good thing. And so as I was pedaling by there, you know, I took the precaution of unbuckling my my knife. So I do carry a Marine Corps K-bar knife with me. It's kind of like my survival knife. I bought my first K-bar when I was in the military in the reserves when I was as a teenager, and this is my second one that I've bought. And so yeah, so that was our excitement. Okay, so the reason why we're stopping here is there is a concrete culvert here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to drop down to take a look at this. Now, just as a little caveat, we are going to, you'll notice how wet it is. I mentioned that we had a lot of water and things like that. So it is a lot wetter than it normally is. And so what we're going to do is we were through here before. So I've been through parts of this section several times, just kind of on little recce missions. We're going to use footage that I shot last year. So it's going to look a little bit different, but it's going to allow us to kind of get a little bit closer. All right, so we're down here on the south side of the grade. You can see the creek here. Unfortunately, just because of the geography and the way that the creek goes, I can't really get any better angle than where I am right now, which is almost right on top of the culvert. Thank God the camera has a nice wide angle lens, so we can see it. So this is the non-flanged end. So this means that the water flows to the south, obviously flowing into the Blackwater River. Luna's right here at my feet here. So you can see this is about a 3-foot diameter culvert. It looks like it's in pretty good shape, and from this side anyway. So what we'll do is we'll go jump the grade and go take a look at things over on the north side. Hopefully we can get a better view. All right, so we made our way down here on the north side. And you can see this area was likely flooded more at one time. It was probably a beaver pond, but the level has dropped considerably. So here we can actually get much closer to the culvert. I'll try not to sink here. It's a little bit soft. So here we can see the flanged end. So we can see sort of the direction of flow. You can see there's some deterioration to the collar here, and so you can see that kind of a bit of the flange is broken off, kind of exposing the reinforcing metal inside. I don't know if I can get any closer without actually sinking down. We can actually see the inside of the culvert. It looks like it's in pretty good shape. Again, I don't know when these concrete culverts were put in. The dog seems to be having a good time. There is what looks like here a piece of angle iron here, and I don't know if I can get this out. I can't get it out because usually those have the mileage on there, because I don't see the milepost marker or the mileage marker up on the top there. So that might be it there, but they did sometimes stick them sort of in the culvert opening as well. Anyway, so we're gonna hop back up on the grade here and just keep pushing our way along to the west. Okay, so before we keep moving on here, a couple of things to take a look at in this spot here. First one, just over here, we actually have a length of rail that's buried in the grade right here. So you can see it. I don't know if we can, I have no idea if we can try to identify it. Yeah, she's pretty weathered. I doubt we're gonna be able to do that. And the other thing is, so this is this creek that passes through here. This is Watson Creek. And so you can actually see, there's a great view. You can actually, from the highway, you can see the railway grade. And so here you can see the main highway through the area. So this is Highway 11. It's part of the Trans-Canada Highway. You can see the transport zooming by. This is a very busy highway for transports. This is kind of the northern route. There's two highways kind of across this part of the province. The truckers like to use this one because basically it's long. It's a little bit longer going to Toronto eventually. This one sort of ends up in North Bay first, but basically it's flatter. There's less hills on here because we're kind of in this sort of more sort of swampy terrain as opposed to Highway 17, which runs along the shore of Lake Superior. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to pause for a moment here, and then we're just going to resume our westward journey.